Back to another episode on the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sells. How you guys doing tonight on this Friday? Thank goodness it is Friday. This week has been kind of long. It's been kind of a long week. Uh, I missed Wednesday's episode. I think I pulled a little neck muscle in my neck, so I couldn't really move my head properly. I don't know what it was from. Well, I was at the gym and was moving some weight, and I think I overstrained or something like that. But it feels better now. I am doing very good today. I'm hyped up about today's show. Today's show, as you see, week in sports. It's been a crazy week in sports. Also, a crazy week in sports. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into, the promo stuff, all the stuff you guys love to hate. As you see it there, if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitter, please to make sure Periscope, Twitter, whatever it is, make sure you use those emojis, hearts, thumbs up, or whatever you like to use. Use those. Aloha, Mallory. Use those emojis so I can see them. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, SeeThroughIt_podcast. Facebook, facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, join the conversation there. Also, email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. That is that. And then we roll into the PayPal me if you like to donate to the show. PayPal.me/SeeThroughIt. Or if you like to purchase any items that I have shown on the previous episodes or on my Instagram. Again, if you are watching on Periscope, I'm so happy to see that Periscope is working. We haven't seen Periscope on here for a long time, but thank you for tuning in on Periscope. I haven't seen this person. I am doing good. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, please like the episode, share it, join the conversation, get more people involved. So today, week in sports, we had a lot of stuff happen. The WNBA announced that they're increasing their salary about 83%. It's going from $117,500 to $215,000. That's a nice little bump. I know I am waiting to see the American women's soccer team get a pay increase for all that they have done for for women's soccer for America. I mean, total domination when it comes to playing other countries. On the other hand, we have our men who can't seem to win a game, and they get paid more than the women. So we're looking for more equality, especially when you have one side that's not winning, and then you have another side that is winning, and they're not being paid, not even close to what their counterparts are. So hopefully the women soccer team and everyone who's in the FIFA and whoever else is over the organization is looking into that, and hopefully they'll get their money and receive the same pay, or somewhere near it. Just accommodate what they're doing, because I mean what the women's team is doing is just amazing. But congratulations to the WNBA for being able to increase the women's money making, increasing their salaries. So that's definitely a plus, always a plus. As we move on, we're talking about baseball now. Baseball. We've had a situation with the Houston Astros. Houston Astros have been accused. Well, not even accused. They've been caught red-handed cheating. Not accused. It's not accused anymore. They've been cheating. 2017, they won the World Series. They beat the Yankees. Like I told you guys, the Yankees is my team. I love the Yankees. Johnny. I love the Yankees. Been watching them since I was younger. Um, and then they went on to beat the Dodgers. It's hard to continue to watch baseball when you know there's so much cheating going on. As the saying goes, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So, and they're literally taking that to the full extent of the sentence. Um, but for me, it's hard to watch baseball and not question everything that's happening in the game of baseball. It's very hard. The steroid era, that didn't really like. I didn't I didn't feel cheated watching the steroid era of baseball. I mean, again, the steroids don't help hand and eye coordination. If anything, it blows them up. They get big, they get stronger, they can hit the ball further. But you still need that vision. You still need to be able to see the ball coming. You still need to be able to read the pitch that's coming to the plate that you still got to hit. So, if anything, that was the most exciting era of baseball for me. I didn't feel like Barry Bonds or any other player should have been crushed for using steroids. And now we're in this age where it's technical. They're using computers and videos and little devices underneath the armpit or shoulder area to buzz the batter to let them know, hey, this is the next pitch that's coming in. Hit the ball. Um, that last baseball strike was pretty. I remember that when I was younger. I remember that. But yeah, the game of baseball is totally different now. Not to mention with pitchers not even pitching like they used to. They're on a pitch count. They're maybe throwing like 60, 70 pitches, and then a reliever will come in, and then another reliever will come in. I don't want to see that. I want to see pitchers start from the first inning, and if he's good enough, finish the game. Throw 100 and some odd pitches. You're getting paid all this money. I mean, the baseball contracts. Look at these baseball contracts. They're massive. For pitchers, they're massive. And they're pitching maybe every 5-6 days or something like that. And they're on a pitch count. It's getting hard to watch. I don't believe it's America's pastime anymore. If you guys feel the same way, let me know. Do you still believe that baseball is America's pastime? I do love watching the World Series. But it's hard to watch games throughout the season. It's hard to watch games throughout the season. You picked the cheating Astros to win. I had my Yankees beating them and they end up losing, and then I didn't think the Dodgers were gonna lose to them, but they end up losing. So I was shocked that they won. Hello, Tommy. I was shocked that they won, but yeah, baseball is getting very hard to watch. If you feel like baseball is still America's pastime, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you still think baseball is still a part of America's pastime, or is it America's best sport or whatever. Let me know. But in my opinion, I believe that the Houston Astros championship should either have an asterisk by it or the titles need to be taken away. The title has to be taken away. I don't see how you allow them to keep the title because they're just going to keep cheating. And I'm not just talking about the Houston team. I'm talking about teams, period, will continue to cheat because they're not losing anything. The fine was only $5 million. You think these owners care about $5 million? They're making more than that. They're going to recoup that in other business ventures. It might be a little sting like, $5 million. That's rough. But that doesn't really hurt. You got to hit them where it's going to hurt. Take the trophy from that stadium. Scrub wipe it clean. 2017 never happened. Jose Altuve I like him. Little short guy, short in stature. It's hard not to like him. It's hard not, even though that short little guy, it's hard not to like him and what he's been able to accomplish. But did he really accomplish it? Has you been cheating? Have they been cheating the whole time? See, that's the problem. When you're cheating in baseball, you question everything. You question everything. Everything is questioned now. I feel like baseball is tainted. I can't watch it and still be like, I can't watch it with a clear mind and just enjoy the game. Now I'm going to be looking at certain angles of things just like, that looks weird. That looks out of place. What's going on there? Does anyone else see what I'm seeing? It's going to be tough watching baseball. I need the commissioner to take the trophy away from the Houston Astros. I need that to happen. That's the only way they're going to learn. People are going to still cheat unless you hit them hard. Got to scrub their name out the record books. Erase them from history. People want to be remembered. People want to be remembered. And if you take that away from them, the ability to be remembered, to be in the history books, maybe they'll change the way what they're doing. Maybe that will change what they are doing. As we're talking about scrubbing people's championships, LSU Tigers. The LSU Tigers won the national championship by beating Clemson. I know this stings. It stings to me to acknowledge the fact that they won the national championship, but they won the national championship. And they won the national championship. After the game, let's talk about the game a little bit. We've had this conversation on the Bama Bowl show. It was a good game. I definitely thought Clemson was about to jump all over them, but they couldn't consistently move the ball. They couldn't sustain a drive. Astros. They couldn't sustain a drive, so that I think that's what cost them. And then the defense, I believe the defense wore down. They couldn't keep up that 100% full out go after Joe Burrow. I mean, you had to do that from start to finish. And Alabama did the same thing against Trevor Lawrence. They did that against Deshaun Watson. That was just, you couldn't keep up with that pace. Full out, 100% every down. The defense wore down, and LSU took advantage of that. Third, fourth quarter, they poured it on. First quarter, second quarter, they was hanging in. It was a good game. That defense got tired. So congratulations to the LSU Tigers. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to hurry up and get that championship. Now we don't have to hear about a repeat, an opportunity for Clemson to win 4 in a row. Could you imagine Dabo Swinney having 4 straight national championships? Trevor Lawrence closing out his college career with maybe 3, maybe even 4. Could you imagine that noise coming from Clemson as they would chant, "We run college football. We are the best. Death to Alabama and this football program." It's a good thing that LSU won that game. A good thing. The trophy is back in the SEC. We showed pure dominance. The SEC showed pure dominance during the bowl season. And they're going to show it again during the NFL draft. Looking at the season upcoming for LSU, lost Joe Brady. Absolutely. They lost Joe Brady. They lost Dave Aranda. I think it's going to be hard for LSU. I don't believe they can recruit the way that Alabama recruits. They'll still get the talent, but I don't think they'll be up there coaching wise, and I just don't see them. This year was their year to get their championship and be happy and satisfied with that. Clemson's losing some players, but Travis Etienne is coming back. They still have Trevor Lawrence. So the odds makers have them still at the top of the college football world as the favorites to win the national championship. We shall see. We shall see. As we move on, we're looking at Odell Beckham Jr. and his antics at the championship game. I did not approve of him handing out money to players directly on the field immediately after the game. I definitely thought there should be some kind of investigation. There should be some kind of penalty. But the media talking heads are sweeping that under the rug. And then we have a later instance where he is slapping a security officer on the butt. He is slapping a security officer on the butt, and everyone is like, this is benign and it's not important. This is just a security officer, some guy that's just trying to get his 5 minutes of fame and blah, blah, blah. And this is not nothing important that we should be paying attention to. Well, I personally take offense to that, because that's saying that he is above the law. That's saying that you can do whatever you want in whatever environment that you're in, just because you're in that environment, it is okay. We're sending a bad message to so many people by saying that is okay. That's what happened in locker rooms. It's okay to slap an officer or whatever he is, whatever that man is. It's okay to slap him on his butt, because he's in the locker room. He should expect that to happen. That is not okay, folks. That is not okay. That man was doing his job, or trying to do his job. And for Odell to come and slap him on his butt, first, he doesn't know him. And the man is working. That man does not look like he was participating in the celebration. Does not look like he was participating. He was not participating in the celebration. So why is it okay for him to, because he's a famous football player and that's just a lowly security officer in the celebration, in the locker room, it's okay to slap him on the butt? If it would have been a woman, would we be having this, like, would we be sweeping this underneath the rug? If a woman was in the locker room, she was a security officer, she's talking, and Odell slaps her on the butt. Now remember, the media is saying that's what happens in the locker room. They celebrate. Everyone's getting slapped on the butt. I heard that from so many people on ESPN. Everyone's getting slapped on the butt. Yeah. So it's okay to just slap a random woman who you don't know on the butt. Does the conversation change? Does the outcome change? I don't get it. How is that okay? We can't excuse some behaviors and then condemn other behaviors. Again, my favorite saying, right is right and wrong is wrong. It's not okay for Odell to be hitting people. First of all, you don't put your hands on people you don't know. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. I agree with, I totally agree with that. That's what they're trying to tell us. It's okay for Odell to be Odell. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not okay. You cannot be putting your hands on people just because you're in the locker room and everyone's celebrating. Again, the security officer was not celebrating. It looked like he was talking to another athlete. Looked like he had some concerns about whatever was going on. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. But they was having a conversation. And then Odell intervened with slapping him on the butt. He didn't look like he apologized. It looked like he was trying to punk him. What are you going to do? It was just, that's not okay. The NFL should do something about it. And the NCAA should definitely be doing something about the handing of money on the field immediately after the game. And I'm for one, am all for them taking that title away from the LSU Tigers. I don't care how small the money amount was. It could have been 25 cents. Do you understand me? It could have been 25 cents. The title needs to be taken away. No one won the national championship in 2020. Scratch it all. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, we cannot sit back and agree with ESPN because they are the biggest network or whatever. You see something you cannot sit there and just be like, that's okay because he's in a locker room. Let him do it. It's not okay. So right is right, wrong is wrong. As you transition to another football player that's losing his mind this week, Antonio Brown. Oh, before we get into that, let me try to interact more with the listeners, the texters, the commenting. Let's see what's going on here. He was looking for. I didn't know that. See, looking for alcohol. The players did look very nervous, like they was doing something very suspicious. Yeah, if it would have been an Alabama player, or they would have grilled him. They would have definitely, all kinds of sanctions and probations would have came out for that. It's nonsense. It is definitely nonsense. I see what you're saying, Tommy. But as we transition to the another NFL player that has clearly lost his mind, Antonio Brown has made the news again this week. Well, made the news this week for his actions in Clearwater, Florida. I think that's the right place. Clearwater, Florida, where he's at home, and I guess he's in a dispute with the mother of his kids, and the police are called, and they show up, and they're putting the kids and the mom in the back of the police car, driving them away from the situation. Antonio Brown is on video belittling and disrespecting the police officers of that city. The video is very vulgar. He showed no respect to the kids or the police officers. It was insane. And it's sad to see him go down this route. Like, what happened? What happened to that man? Has he taken too many hits to the head? Has he taken many hits to? Some people are saying that he's experiencing CTE. I don't know, but something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong with Antonio Brown. His behavior is so erratic. He's almost like he's bipolar. Wanting to get out of Pittsburgh, gets to Oakland. He's doing all that stuff in Oakland. He can't play football because he had frostbite on his feet, and he wanted a different helmet. And then all of a sudden he wanted to be cut from Oakland. Then he's on a video saying, "Mom, they let me go. I'm free. I'm free." He's running around in his backyard saying he's free. Then he gets to the Patriots, and then there's a sexual assault allegation against him. He gets cut from that. Then he goes after the owner of the Patriots. Like, what is going on with him? It's sad. If this is something to do with head trauma, we're watching this live. Like, we're watching this all play out. If you're on Twitter and I wouldn't recommend following him, because I went and followed him for a little bit, and the stuff that he tweets about, the random stuff that he says is like, is this the same smiling wide receiver in Pittsburgh that was like excited to be on the football field, smiling all the time? But then you had those episodes where he was flipping out on coaches, on players. Is this the cost of the football? Like, I'm wondering, what is it? Is it mental? What could it be? Something is wrong with Antonio Brown, and I hope whoever's around him is paying attention to what is actually happening, and because he needs help. I believe he needs help. He needs some people that really care about him. The people that are in his circle, I don't feel like they have his best interest. For him to put all of that nonsense on video and then show it to the world and feel no shame. No shame. His kids are walking away from him, getting into the cop car. No shame. I'm speechless. I'm thinking about how would I feel if if my kids were little and they were being taken away from me by the police officer. I would probably feel some anger. But would I be yelling, and would I have it on video? Like, he had the presence of mind to, you know what, I'm gonna put this out to the world so they can see this. And then to be so disrespectful to those law enforcement agents, the police officers. Like it's their fault. At any point in time, them officers could have turned around and been like, you know what? I'm done. You're going to jail. You're not gonna talk down to me the way he was belittling them, loud, like yelling down the street at them. They wasn't in his yard. He was yelling at them down the street. That situation could have been totally avoided. That situation could have went out of hand. It could have went 180 degrees the other way. What would they have said then? What would they have said then? I don't know. I hope he gets some help. I hope his inner circle is talking to him. He also lost his agent. His agent dropped him for a little bit, to I guess so he can get some help. But something is definitely wrong. That definitely could be not enough attention. He is an attention seeker. He loves the attention, and I think it's going to cost him his career in the NFL. I don't believe any owner would touch him with a 10-foot pole. I don't care how talented he is. You're not going to play by the rules, you're not going to get a job. I don't understand why people think it's okay to act the way you want to act just because you're talented. It doesn't work that way. After so long, they're going to be like, you know what? We don't need your talent. There's other players in the league that we can have on this team. We don't need it. He's going to wake up one day and finally realize that. I don't know when, but he's definitely going to wake up one day and realize that all the antics that he's been pulling has only hurt him. No one else. Has only hurt him. So as we transition to more positive NFL talk, we got the playoffs. We have the playoffs. We are down to 2 games before we get to the Super Bowl. AFC Championship, Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers in the NFC, and the San Francisco 49ers. I was surprised that the Green Bay Packers held off the Seattle Seahawks late in that game. The heroics of Russell Wilson is just amazing. You can never count that team out, no matter what the score looks like and what the team looks like overall, because Seattle did not play a good game. Did not play a good game. But they was in it to the end. They were in it till the end, and they came up short. I was blown away by San Francisco and Minnesota. Was not expecting that. If you're in the comments right now, please let me know who do you have. We got, okay. Let me see who you guys are picking, who you're going with. We have Bamanola going Tennessee and Green Bay. We got Serenity going with 49ers and Titans. So with Kansas City and Tennessee, that's a tough matchup. They played earlier in the season. Tennessee Tennessee stayed with Kansas City and ended up winning that game. This, of course, was after Patrick Mahomes was coming back from an injury. Tennessee is playing Kansas City in Kansas City with a healthy Patrick Mahomes now. Um, After we seen the heroics of Patrick Mahomes against the Texans, do we dare question if Kansas City is going to the Super Bowl? Do we dare question that? I do dare question if Kansas City is going to the Super Bowl. Because there's another man on the other side of the field. He's a running back. He's played in the greatest college football program on earth. Derrick Henry. He's a game changer. He's a game changer. And what I mean by game changer, Tennessee can keep the ball away from Kansas City. Kansas City doesn't know slow. They don't have a really running game like that. They know fast. That's what they know. They know fast. Tennessee knows run game, ball control. They have a stout defense. Everyone's talking about the 49ers defense. Tennessee's Titans defense is legit. That's a very good defense. They've been building for a couple of years now. This is just not a boom. Here we are, the Tennessee Titans. No. The Tennessee Titans defense has been around and been solid for a while now. They've just added more young players and gotten even better. Tennessee Titans, I believe, will go into Kansas City. The weather's going to be set up nicely for it. The weather's going to be set up nicely for it. The run game will keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. And like I said, they are so used to scoring so fast. They're going to wear out their own defense. Along with the pounding of Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill. I know everyone questions Ryan Tannehill. And it's deserved. It's deserved. But all he has to do is not turn the ball over. That's all he has to do. Don't turn the ball over. Convert on third down. And then if Derrick Henry is running the way he's been running all year long, they don't have to worry about that. Does not have to see. Does not have to worry about that. The Tennessee Titans, I believe, will have this game won. And I don't. So I'm going ball control. I can see maybe 27-24. And that's them running the clock out. 27-24. Tennessee wins with the ball in hand. They need a couple of stops. And then allow Derrick Henry to do what he does. Let that offense do. And the offensive line of Tennessee, there's some eaters. That team is nice. They're not flashy offensively. They are going to beat you with the ground. They're going to out physical you. They're going to beat them into the dirt. The difference is that the Houston Texans didn't have a real running game. And Deshaun Watson is up and down sometimes. He have those moments. We all know that he has those moments. But he's so flashy that they don't highlight those moments. They don't get on to him about those moments. Ryan Tannehill, he's not flashy. If he has a bad moment, they're going to highlight that the whole season. I don't think we have to worry about that. I'm sure a lot of us are not worried about it. But I believe the Tennessee Titans will. Absolutely right. He just has to do enough. Just do a little bit. Just do a little bit. Don't turn over the ball and just do a little bit. The Tennessee Titans can get back to the Super Bowl and maybe correct what they should have had against the Rams on that call of what's his name being down at the 1. Oh, that was heartbreaking for Steve McNair. Heartbreaking. Maybe the Tennessee Titans can correct that and set all that right. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee Titans coming out of the AFC as we talk about the NFC. We got Green Bay and the 49ers. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. He's a bad man with no talent. The things that he does, if he gets the ball with 15 or a minute on the clock, and all they need is a score, he might get it. He's a bad man, but he's going against a savage defensive line. That defense for the 49ers, I knew they were good, but I didn't think they were that good. I didn't. Let me be clear. I wasn't expecting Kirk Cousins to go out there and light up the field or anything, but I was expecting the offense for the Vikings to be more efficient, to look like they look like something all year long. But that was not the case. That defense for the San Francisco 49ers is real. Bosa, wasn't a fan of his, but he's a problem. Sherman, the veteran corner, he's still a very good corner. Despite what everyone, all the reporters and whoever else that don't give him the credit, he is a good corner. Good size, I think he's 6'2". He still can run. He's a problem. And Green Bay only has one wide receiver. They have a solid running game. Absolutely, Tommy. They have a solid running game. But that's not going to be enough to beat the 49ers. The only way I see Green Bay winning this game is if Jimmy Garoppolo goes out there and becomes a turnover nightmare. I'm talking about interception after interception, all in the middle of the field. Because they're going to run the slants. They're going to run the slants. If they get Kettle open deep, they'll hit him. I mean, they got a lot of weapons. But the only way Green Bay wins this game is if the 49ers don't take care of the ball, or Aaron Rodgers has an out-of-body experience where he throws for 500 yards or something like that, and all his receivers are just winning their own battles off the line. I don't see it happening because they struggled against Seattle, but anything can happen. I would not be surprised if Green Bay won this game, but I'm going with the 49ers. The 49ers at home. It feels so throwbackish. I remember when the 49ers were good. Steve Young, Joe Montana. I remember when they were good. The Cowboys, them and the Cowboys always battling it out to go to have that final spot in the Super Bowl. I remember those. And now we're here in 2020. We got the 49ers one game away from going to the Super Bowl. I believe they will be going to the Super Bowl to face the Tennessee Titans. Of course, everyone wants the Hollywood matchup. The 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't want it. I want Derrick Henry in the Super Bowl against that defense. The run game versus that defense. Who will prevail? So that's who I'm going with, San Francisco, as the winner of the NFC game on Sunday, and the Tennessee Titans winning the early game Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. So score prediction, I'm thinking 34-20, 24 San Francisco. I think they'll have the game won and done by the third quarter. But again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay comes back and win the game somehow. I don't know how, but they got Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. But anyway, that is that. Just to recap, we looked at the women's WNBA increasing the women's pay, which is a good thing. I've watched. I every now and then I tune into some of the games, especially during the playoff time. We're still waiting on the women's soccer team to get some kind of salary increase. The men's soccer team is atrocious, but they're being paid way more than the women. Doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. Um, I get the whole thing about who's bringing in the money. I get that. America and the viewers are probably going to be more inclined to watch the men play soccer and go up against the other countries. But the women are the ones winning. So if anything, I'm taking whatever the men are making, I'm cutting that in half and I'm giving it to the women. If I mean, it has to be something has to be done. So we talked about the Astros cheating. The title needs to be taken away, my opinion. Scrub them from the record books. 2017 never happened. Erase them from history because that's the only thing that's going to hurt. That's the only thing that's going to hurt and stop teams from cheating in the future. I said I had no problem with the steroid era because it was fun. 60, 70 home runs. How can you complain about that? Do you remember, real quick, do you remember the home run race between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa? It was like primetime TV. It was news. It was everything. The home run race was everything. I mean, they would cut into a game just to see Mark McGwire take a bat. They wanted to see, is he going, what's going, Gary Sheffield. I don't know if he was taking steroids, but the home run race was a thing. And now we don't have that. Now we have people sitting with iPhones taking pictures and videos and buzzing players in their arm about a pitch that's coming in. And I don't like that type of cheating. I'd rather have the steroid era. I'm just saying, I would rather have the steroid era. Mark McGwire, he's where's Mark McGwire? I thought he was still the batting coach for St. Louis. He might be gone, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Mark McGwire. We covered the LSU Clemson whole thing. Odell Beckham should be condemned or punished for the money and hitting that security guard on the butt. It's not okay. I don't care what environment or what setting it is. Don't put your hand on someone else. What are we teaching our kids? It's okay to just hit random people because you're celebrating a win? No. That's not okay. If it was a cop and he turned around and shot him, then there would be people like, why did he do that? Well, one, you put your hands on a security officer. That's common sense. I ain't gonna say no more. That's what it is. We talked about AB Antonio Brown. Hopefully he gets some help. I think he has some mental issues, and we covered the playoff games. So yes, baseball has some good times, folks. Baseball has some good times. There was some good times in baseball. That's when I was younger. I remember I used to love it. Now I'm like, I don't know. And then this hits with all the cheating. I'm not a fan of it right now. I mean, I still love the Yankees, but I can't. It's hard to watch a baseball game. And now I'm going to be watching it like who's cheating, who's doing what. And now they have the betting. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother episode, a whole nother story. Now we have betting involved. Not saying there's been betting in baseball during the games, but who knows? Who knows? Just bring back the steroids. Just bring back the steroids. But before we get up out of here, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Galvin, oh, Papa, you bringing up the Atlanta Braves. You bringing up some names. Smokes, yes. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get out of here, I want to say a special thank you to everyone that has contributed to the show. A special thank you to Mr. White out of Tennessee. I'm just going to do a little promo for him. If you are in Tennessee and you are looking for tires, please look up Mr. White at C&J Tires and Service LLC, providing quality tires, roadside assistance, and fleet services in Nashville, Tennessee. I definitely am grateful for his contribution to the show. Thank you to Bama Bo and Kasi for their contribution to the show. I greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't donated, that is fine. Just being here and joining the conversation is wonderful, and I greatly appreciate that too. So do not feel obligated to donate. Just share the word. Continue to support. Share the episodes or whatever, and that is fine with me. So again, thank you to those. Special thanks to that. And one more time, the last promo of the show. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Boom, there it is. If you are watching on YouTube, you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the YouTube video, the channel. Share it. If you're on Facebook, whatever else, share it. If you're on Instagram and you like taking pictures or being Instagrammy, I believe that's a term, maybe not. SeeThroughIt _podcast. I take a lot of pictures, or I do some pictures of my different workouts that I do. So if you want to see how I injured myself and why I couldn't do the show, you could definitely go to my Instagram page and see what I've been doing. And also Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, please like the Facebook page, join the conversation, like and share. Facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Like it. Email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to donate or purchase anything, PayPal.me, SeeThroughIt. There we are. We are done with the promos. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in. I will be back Wednesday. I'll be back Wednesday. So let's see. We have anything else we got to cover? Pine tar. Yeah, so everyone have a great night. Be safe out there. Remember, don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag See Through It. This is the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sells. Peace.